All right, guys, today we'll be ranking CamBoys as
if we would let them date our daughter or son, doesn't matter which one. We've learned a lot in the last year and a half about some of the CamBoys here and some of the new additions, if you will. I'm as confident as ever in my decisions.
And we're as honest as ever.
Maybe a year and a half ago we might have been super No, we're going to be completely honest. S is going to mean this is a person that not only we want to date our son or daughter, but it would almost be preferred. F means I don't want them near my daughter. Not even in the same building. I don't want them anywhere, okay?
Agreed.
And then everything else is, A, B, C, and F. We don't do D because it's kind of boring. Okay.
Jake of the Weber.
Really tough start here.
Very tough because I love Jake.
And Jake has a house and he has a nice roof over his head.
He's successful. He has great work ethic.
But the growling would scare me sometimes. Also, I don't know if I want my daughter in the same room as these devil boxes, Jeffrey Dahmer killer glasses.
Yeah, he does like crazy shit. I could see Jake, like when he has kids, being like, all right, kids, today we're trying prison food.
Right.
We're eating prison food for a month.
Right, and they're like, I haven't eaten in 2 days. Yeah. And like, well, it's for a video.
We can maybe start him in B.
Yeah,
and
we have room for movement.
Possibly move him back. Okay, this is Crawford of the Collins.
Yes.
Okay, initially, Crawford is a very, very good boyfriend.
High
very
tier.
Sweet.
He's Canadian.
Financially stable.
Correct.
Has a car.
Great family.
Great family.
Great family.
So the wedding's going to be amazing.
I think we go with A here.
I think we can just throw him in A. Dylan, this is my channel partner.
Yeah.
Love him to death. He's a great boyfriend. Right?
He's very loyal. And I think that loyalty to me counts the most because you don't want your daughter or son to have their heart broken. He is also off the weed a little bit. In terms of his niceness, he's A. Loyalty, he's A as well. What are the negatives? Can we think of many? Not really. Maybe if he's upset, maybe he'll standoffish for a day or something.
He will get standoffish.
Right, so standoffish. I don't want my daughter being ignored. But either high B or A. I can't move him any lower than that.
Like, he's definitely an A. I'm debating if he's in front of Crawford or behind.
I think if it's behind Crawford, it's not by a lot.
Yeah.
But let's say it's 94 to 92 or something.
I think he's right behind Crawford.
And that's damn near valedictorian.
Brian, he's great. Amazing. He's loving, caring, compassionate. Will hear you out.
Well, listen,
he's
really
great.
Right.
But he is so damn busy.
And he might just go to Oregon for 3 weeks.
Yeah, he finds a way to be everywhere somehow.
Right.
Whether it's for a day or a month, you never know. I think he's ahead of Jake for sure.
I agree. That's a great one. There's also the picture of Brian being blurry. It's funny because he's smiling, but in that it looks like he's like,
David is funny.
David admittedly would say that he's lower, I think.
Yeah.
Pros of David is killing it right now financially, so he's very stable, very hard worker, very family-oriented. He is admittedly very late a lot, and planning-wise can struggle a little bit.
I think he's going to be late to his wedding.
I could see it.
I can see some hangover with David.
And he's like, and then I hit traffic. I think top seed, let's give that like a 77.
And again, C isn't like bad.
I'm stay average. That's my brand.
F is bad. And speaking of F...
I want to really work for Danny here because I'm going to say he's going to start in F, but can we get him to C?
These are my reasons for F. He streams all night and then sleeps all day, meaning he doesn't have time technically for a girlfriend. It's not a bad thing that he's so locked in on streaming, but dating, this is a bad thing.
If my daughter is a streamer and a Valorant player, he might be A tier because they would bond for 12 to 14 hours a day. The odds of that statistically, I would say, are probably 1 in 8 million. So I would say you're probably closer right to F here, but he is also financially stable, does very well.
He is stable.
He keeps his room incredibly clean.
Very clean.
Which I think is great. He's always got waters and things stocked up, so he's always eating good foods, right?
He's a good planner for he needs.
Right. But I do think that Danny is a sweet person and he does care. The waking up late is a problem, but he's still young.
And he could adjust.
I used to wake up at noon sometimes when I was younger.
He wakes up at like 3 or 4, but...
Well, God damn it. Well, let's put Danny behind David, because the 3 to 4 p.m. one really got me. I'm not going to lie. That is tough. Okay, now we have Christian.
He will go above, beyond...
He's like Buzz Lightyear.
To space.
To infinity.
And to Mars.
Right.
To literally anywhere to make sure his girl can breathe.
Especially protection-wise, like I know Christian would have her back, right?
We've seen on social media, Christian has his girl's back no matter what.
Yes, he does. He's a ride or die. Christian can cook.
He's sweet. He has his own place. He has his own car.
He has a dog.
He has a dog that he takes care of. He takes really good care of fucking Kobe. The dog has a great name as well.
It's either A or S. He would be someone that I would be like, please date Christian because at least I know you're good.
He will do anything.
Right. Like if she's like, I need to go to Montana in the morning, he'd be like, oh, I already booked the flight.
Yeah, like
before he even knew, the flight's booked.
We could even put him top of A.
Let's put him top of A for now because we still have a decent amount left. Devonte is a real tough one. We joke about Devonte, but he does have a lot of great qualities. Devonte is a nice man, but the comments he makes sometimes scare us a little bit. And I wonder if those are just jokes. Devonte, to me, is probably going to be in that C tier.
Yeah.
Because Devonte is on time. Devonte is very family-oriented as well. But the cons are he's a little sus. And I would be concerned, let's say, like, my wife, your wife, we're watching a stream and Devontae's on there with your daughter, I might be muting it. I don't want to know what he's saying on there. You know, he's a wild card for sure.
He also just says, like, really random
right.
Say, we have him out to dinner with our families.
That's what I'm saying.
And everyone's having a good time, and then he's like, I just got done eating your daughter's. Ew!
Right. And I'd be like,
dude!
Okay, you need to go to jail at that point, so.
Oh my god, now,
do I think he'd say that? No, but on stream, I do think he might
He would joke and say some
do
like
his
that.
dolphin laugh. Put him in the middle of them two, actually. Make a little sandwich. Savage is in his white girl college era.
Yeah, he's like white chicks right now.
Outside!
Yeah, we outside.
Yeah, you can go inside for a day or two. Your liver will thank you.
He's literally on his way to go party.
Yeah.
What are his intentions with our daughter?
Right.
Is he bringing her to the club?
I don't want her going to Scottsdale.
Getting bottle service all day, getting fucked up with.
I will say initially he's not S, he's not A. He's been in a long relationship, which is good. Shows he can commit, and he definitely can. I'm kind of thinking maybe we go behind Jake and B. We've seen his commitment to streaming.
Yeah, he was on like a 700-day streak or something.
I do believe his commitment to a girl would be really solid.
If he gets a girlfriend, I could see him.
But would he shut off this life that he has right now?
Or would he bring her along?
Right, that's the
risk as a parent that we would have to take. And that's why he can't be at A tier.
Right.
Okay, Thomas.
Thomas is in the higher up tier.
He's definitely in the A.
He's definitely starting off in A. I'm trying to think of the negatives. There aren't that many. Pros are unbelievably on time, loyal. His planning is insane.
He can do it. He can make a fire if they're in the wild.
And I was gonna say, like, I wouldn't even mind if my daughter was going camping with him for a month with the dog Angel.
Yeah. Like just off of like getting to know him, you could tell that like your daughter's fine going camping with him.
I agree.
Because camping is something weird to do with a dude. Like,
I agree.
Like
That's
someone
kind
you
of
don't
scary.
know.
Actually,
yeah, it is. Like anything could happen camping. You know what I mean? But he is someone you can instantly trust.
I agree. I watched him make a steak on the middle of a campfire. Cut it. That to me is a big deal. I think we might do it.
You think so?
I think he could be the first S. I can't really think of anything negative about Thomas. So
here we go.
Daniel, I mean, you live with him. The pros are he's incredibly creative.
He is a good guy.
And he's a very good guy. I actually really like talking to Daniel a lot. You know, treat him like my little brother in a sense. But there are cons. You know, he can admit he gets in his own head sometimes. He can be a little forgetful.
But again, he's very creative. I think he has a really bright future. Like you can see in his YouTube videos alone.
Yeah.
Like he can create movies. You know what I
agree.
mean? I've never seen Rec yell at someone. Have you ever seen him mad?
No. And that's good. You know what? Let's put him one above Devonte. I think that's solid.
Will.
Now you're in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship. But there are some flaws to me.
Yeah.
I don't have a car.
Okay, true.
So my girlfriend drives to me
Yeah.
pretty much every weekend. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
But I am loyal. I'm great with gifts. I'm great with showing love. I'm great with making her feel special. I support her work. I treat my girl like a queen.
The food thing, though,
I'm picky.
If I'm cooking for you, and it's like,
Oof,
here, guys, we're
this is
getting
true.
this, and then it's like, look, I only can have this. My wife might be like, oh man, it's just getting really tough.
And what sucks is I know that's a problem. Like even JC's family, when we were in Texas,
barbecue, yeah.
they made all this food, and they're like, you should try this. You should try that. I was like, oh, I can't. Oh,
Yeah.
And I know that, like, say I was the one cooking the food,
Yeah.
and I wanted my son-in-law to try the food, that would bother me.
I think I'll put you above Sad because you're literally in a relationship that's going really well.
Yeah,
right now.
my
Taylor-
relationship's an A+.
Taylor is very happy. I see her. She's always very smiley with you, and that's a really good thing.
But I can be better, and I will. But it's going to take time, which
Yeah.
luckily I have a girl that understands that.
And life is about change and growth. So, I mean, you know, we're not perfect.
Like loyalty, all that, I'm an S tier. But financially, not there yet. Car, not there yet.
Right.
And these are important things.
Yeah.
So I'm comfortable in the B range.
I think that's fair.
Kevin's a good boyfriend.
He is a good boyfriend. He has a car, he has a place, he will defend his girlfriend if he needs to be there in any way. Mentally, I think he's a very intelligent person enough to have these adult conversations. He's in a relationship.
And
good
she's
in that
always
way.
happy. Kevin took her to Paris.
That's crazy.
Got the room in front of the Eiffel
I
Tower.
don't know, I'd take my girlfriend to Glendale if I had one. Initially, I'm going A. Kevin can be a little overwhelming sometimes. If he's coming over and I have, if I have to hear that a lot, I would probably put some earmuffs on.
He is loyal. He's financially stable.
Right. He checks almost every single box, which is really important. I'm going to go with A tier. I think I agree there.
Reggie. Reginald.
Wow. Another tough one. So many pros, but there's some cons that we don't even know because we never know if Reggie is serious or not.
We also don't see Reggie that much.
Yeah.
He got his girl to move back to Kansas. That's tough.
I
Would
might
we
be-
want our daughter in Kansas?
No. Pros are, he genuinely is an unbelievably great person. His family is so nice, so supportive. He's financially stable. He has a house.
He has a stream room, a movie theater, a bedroom.
He's got a makeup room.
That's doing it right. But they are in Kansas.
Right. The Kansas.
Our daughter in Kansas?
That's tough. I mean, do they have electricity? I mean, I want to... And with Reggie, you never know. Like, he could probably make a joke about having a bomb as a joke, and then I'd have to explain to your wife that this guy's a streamer. He's kidding.
He's a joke.
He's very dry humor. He's very funny. It might take a couple of dinners for the family to be like, is this guy okay? I'm thinking B. And I would say because of the house, I'd put him above you and put him between you and Jake. I think that's
Which is
super
cool
fair.
and weird that they're next to each other.
That is, I didn't even really think of that. But you know what? Like, also, their family is so nice.
They have a great family.
Like, I always see their mom just, like, in chats being nice and supportive. Like, so you want to be a part of that. If you're marrying into that, that's a great thing.
Okay, Kian.
Kian Lawley, guys.
He has 2 cars that we know of.
Right. He might have more.
He's a great family man.
Yes.
He has a house that is amazing.
Beautiful house. He decorates his house. He plants in his garden.
He keeps his shit clean.
You know, it's weird. People might think I would say, like, B, or I actually might put Kian in S. Kian's one of those people, he's similar to me, where, like, I can joke, but I can be very serious if I have to be. Chad doesn't see it too often, but, like, you guys know I can lock in, and Kian's like that. He can, I've been on set with him at Reality House. That man can work, and he can lock in, and he can really...
And he always finds ways to still have fun and be funny.
And he's different around his girl than he is with us. If it was an annoying skill at Friends, and he's poking us and farting and doing... But when he's with Ayla,
He's sweet.
he's different.
So sweet.
He's different. You
The
know,
shit that people don't see, he does.
And he's great with dogs. But if you're really good with animals, I think that it shows you're going to be a good husband and father.
Yeah.
I think we put him behind Thomas and S. Genuinely.
Yeah, I think he's great.
And he's matured a lot over the last couple of years.
You know what's crazy about this? Kian has a house and is financially stable here.
You know what? You're right. Put him ahead. I
think
agree.
he's ahead.
Because you're right. If I'm being a legit father here,
Bro, think about how hard it is to get a house.
I agree. Especially in LA. Dude, we can't even get an apartment.
Think about getting a house.
I couldn't get an apartment today if I actually tried just off of my...
I would have to have my mom co-sign.
Correct. Andy is a tough one. The pros of Andy are unbelievably hard worker. That man edited Reality House for like 75 days in a row. For his age, he is incredibly stable financially. He is driving Rex Miata right now, which is a little bit scary, and it sounds like it's going to blow up every time he pulls up, and the neighbors look out like we're crazy.
And also, isn't like the safest car that our daughter, like say they're going on dates or trips, I don't think it's the safest car to be in.
I would be a little scared, but he's got he can travel.
But he is financially stable enough to get a car.
Right, which is
good.
good.
To get a nice, safe car.
Right. Okay, he's still young. He's still figuring things out. He's still learning stuff. When he's energetic and hyper, he can... No. When you watch an Andy JC stream, I got to put it to 2 volume. He doesn't handle stress amazingly yet, right?
Yeah.
He does freak out a little bit.
He does get a little stressed.
Great work ethic, works out all the time, like can commit to things, doesn't have any issues with being late.
Yeah. You know how like people come over to hang out?
Yeah.
He came over yesterday.
He works.
And I opened the door to go to Rex's room, and he's just in their headset.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, editing, mate. He didn't come here and just like come to party.
Right.
He came here and he's been working. Having an accent's kind of cool. What,
Right,
if our grandchildren have accents? That's pretty cool.
That would be very cool. That'd be a real big flex. How about we put him behind Dill?
Right behind Dill.
I think when Andy's older, he'll be even above a couple people. He's just a little young, but for his age to be A says a lot.
Harrison. I don't know much about Harrison, to be honest.
I do, and I'll tell you what. I'm just going to say it. I think he's an S.
I don't know much. I know he's financially stable.
Harrison is
great work ethic.
He's a sweetheart of a person. I've been with him after a breakup before, and he took it really hard in a sense that like he really cares. Let's talk about his cooking skills.
Oh my God, the kids are gonna be loving their life.
The kids, the parents.
No, but I'm saying like
for
the kids. Can you imagine waking up in the morning? Your dad has like fucking eggs and bacon. And
I'm thinking about us though. We get Thanksgiving, Christmas meals, which like is insane. He's going to be stable financially because I do believe he'll have his own restaurant in the future. He has a cookbook out. If you can commit to a cookbook and do that at that age, I think he's only at 25.
Yeah.
To me, that means you're committing to my daughter. He's got the British accent as well. Same family life as Andy, which is great. Has a car, has a nice place. He's very good under pressure. He did really well in Reality House. He handled defeat really well. He kind of got scammed in Reality House. Didn't complain.
Yeah, he didn't complain.
Which
he
is,
like jokingly just joked.
but that shows his character. So you know what? I think Kian, Thomas, Harrison, I'm feeling really confident about that.
Yeah. Okay, Mondo. I know Mondo's really nice to me, but again, like, truthfully, I've never hung out with Mondo one-on-one.
Mondo is late all the time. He's tough sometimes to get a hold of and to trust his word. He says dead ass a lot and lies.
Yeah, he does say he'll be places and then doesn't show up. Breck was committed to starting a channel, right? Which is pretty much a relationship.
Right.
And look at the effort that Mondo put into that.
None.
So what if we have our daughter and he's just not putting in the effort?
That is a great point. Okay, now he will defend his girl. He is very into the person he dates, right? I know that. And he is into his family life and cares deeply about that. He's good with kind of adhering and adapting. So he's worked hard to get here.
Oh, okay. I think Rex ahead of him. I was thinking like maybe Devonte is ahead of him.
I actually think we moved Devonte to top of C.
In front of David?
Because now that I think about it, we joke about I don't think Devonte would be as sus as we think around parents and stuff. Because when Devonte's around other people that aren't us, he's quiet, he's low key, and he is chill. In my opinion, I'm gonna give him credit. Now he's a 78 because I actually trust Devonte.
C doesn't mean you're a bad person.
Yeah.
C is like you're average,
and that's my whole brand.
Yes. Okay, Ryan.
We have the two dads. I'll give you my negatives. Fear of abandonment is crazy. I think everyone's going to cheat on me, which I got to figure out how to get over that, which is why I've been single. I am very anxious.
Have you been cheated on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've been very anxious though my whole life, which is not a good thing. So, but I am good with controlling my anxiety around others.
You have a car?
I have a car. I'm good with animals. I'm good with kids.
Yeah.
But I can have a panic attack or two. I'm going to give myself the negative there. But I can commit. I do lead pretty well.
Loyalty is 100.
Loyalty is for sure there. I know I'm a great friend. I would say I have more pros than cons.
And you're very helpful. And you're helpful in the way of like behind the scenes, which I think is an important factor. Because there's people that help in front of the cameras.
Well, just to get the love. Yeah.
But you're someone that I know helps the whole entire friend group. Without people knowing.
Thank you, London. Thank you for saying A, Chad. I appreciate that. I'm certainly not S. I mean that. I have my flaws for sure. I've been single for a while, right? Purposely, though. What was that?
I said hi. I mean, you said I've been single for a while, so I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm giving myself negatives on this list.
What?
Of
No.
why
Can I help?
Yes. What are nice things about me, since I just said a bunch of negatives?
What? You're amazing. I can't think of anything bad about you.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
I can, actually. I think sometimes you get a little antisocial.
Well, I said I'm very anxious and I get in my own head. But
Yeah.
I'm off weed now and I'm not antisocial anymore.
I heard.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. Where should I put myself in A? I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Like right in front of Kev or right behind Kev?
I'd be happy to be behind Crawford because I think Crawford is a better all-around boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
JC.
Right. JC's got to be S or A, in my opinion.
Yeah, because, again, he has 2 cars.
Yes.
Financially stable, owns a house, which is unbelievably hard
dogs
to do.
is once again big on my list. Dogs are important.
He's great with dogs.
I actually think Kian's ahead of JC because JC can be a little lethargic sometimes and be like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So, like, I don't want him to forget about anniversaries and stuff. Kian and Thomas will have a planned out day for sure.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah.
And I think Harrison would too, but...
Oh, Harrison, for sure.
I think that living with JC, though, there aren't really any negatives besides I and Brian.
He has great work ethic.
Brian and I clean a lot, and JC definitely likes the maid more, if that makes sense.
Well, he has, he has
JC.
assistants and shit, but you know what? He's worked so hard that he's at that level.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to respect it.
But if they live together, she'll be taken care of, which is nice. I mean, he's definitely S or A. There's no way he's lower. I actually think I just might put him behind Harrison because JC doesn't really cook, but people cook for him. Harrison cooks. And I think, once again, if my daughter is fed every day,
Oh my
this
God,
beautiful...
I would love to live with
right?
Harrison.
Like,
I
how
would
great
love
would
to live
that
with
be?
Harrison, now that
I asked Andy, we were out to eat, and I was like, does Harrison cook for you every day? He's like, mate, yeah.
Mate, yeah.
And he doesn't eat it all because he says he eats healthy. And I was like, you're dropping the ball, Andy. I would be 800 pounds if I lived with Harrison. I wouldn't even care. I would be fine with it. All right, you know what? I think this is fair. The dude has a beautiful house, has a bunch of dogs.
Yeah.
And
Has
if
a
he's not
stable
taking care of his
relationship.
dogs, he always leaves them like either with me or with you.
Oh,
like
trust me,
always
yeah.
people that he can trust. He wouldn't just leave his dog with like
I will say,
a
Bambi's
rock.
in my bed all the time. That shows,
Yeah.
your boy.
Yeah, boy.
All right, I think
I
that
like
this
this.
is solid.
All right, guys. I hope you guys like this list. If you do not, please
change
comment
some
where you would
things.
put people. And if you guys like it, let us know.